Good morning. Welcome to Chicks and Tips. I am Jo from MD Outdoors, and today we've got a special guest, Jess, who's joining us today. Jess is here to talk about obstacle course racing. Super cool. That's why you're here. Love it. So Jess, we'll get started. In terms of your background, because you've always been doing lots of sports, wellbeing, fitness focused, like tell us a little bit about you first before we go into obstacle course racing.
How far do we want to go back? So I mean, when I was younger, I grew up on a farm, so we were always kind of active in like climbing trees and all that kind of stuff. Played a bit of sport, a little bit of netball, and then when I kind of came into like adulthood, university, I started getting into the gym a little bit, and kind of just focused on like aesthetics and things like that. But then about 10 years ago, I got a personal trainer and they really kind of expanded my thinking, and so I started getting into strength training, and I've done triathlons and half marathons, and then they actually invited me to my first obstacle course race to do it with a team.
Who invited you?
My personal trainer at that time. To do it as a group, and this was over in Melbourne, and it was Spartan racing. So
those ones are quite hardcore, aren't they? The Spartans.
They're all hardcore.
Like the most. I feel like they have a reputation for being really difficult.
Yes, yeah, they do have a reputation of being like, you know, like it is a challenge, and it is like, you know, you're there to challenge yourself and get down and dirty and all that kind of stuff. So we did like a 14k one, and it was just really fun. And ever since then, I kind of just really got into the obstacle course races. Like there was always like 2 a year, and always strength training, always kind of running a bit. And yeah, I still do those things today, like strength training, trail running, and obstacle course racing.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that you did your first one?
First one was 2016.
Okay, so it was
9 years
while.
ago. Yeah.
And have you seen it growing since then?
Well, actually, I didn't realise New Zealand had obstacle course events. So I was actually really stoked when I moved to Nelson and they had their very own one. So I was pretty excited about that. I think that it's changed a little bit. Like I was checking out Spartan racing over in Australia just recently, and they've kind of, I don't want to say they've toned it down a little bit, but they definitely don't have the 50k anymore. So
wow, okay.
That was sad.
I don't feel like most people would be sad about that news.
Just me.
Yeah. So if anyone's like not done any obstacle course racing before, what would it look like for someone that was new to obstacle course racing? What would you expect going into it?
Just have fun. Do it. I would suggest doing it with a group first, so that you could you can help each other over the obstacles, so you don't have as many burpees. So when
Is
you
that
don't
your penalty if you
when you don't do an obstacle, you get burpees. So in the Spartan world, they give you 30 burpees if you don't complete an obstacle. Wairau Warrior, they have slightly different like reps. So like I think theirs is like 20 reps. And then you have different like elite level and then open, which have a different amount of penalties. So yeah, so you do have penalties if you don't complete an obstacle. You have like different distances. You have your 3k, 5k, 10k. If you wanted to go over to Australia, they have like a 21k, which is the biggest one at the moment.
Wow, that's quite a lot. With lots of, how many obstacles would you have in that? A lot?
About 30 or 40.
Yeah,
so 30 or 40 obstacles. You'll be climbing over walls, climbing up ropes, climbing over a lot of things, climbing under things, dirt, mud sometimes. There's generally always a water obstacle of some kind, which, you know, for those people who like can't swim, or like I've had a client like that, you literally, the water's up to like your knees or your hips, so it's always like pretty fine. And yeah, just have fun always what I did. Just have some fun with some friends and do something you never do. Yeah.
Because you have to work as a team to get over the obstacles, do you? Can you help each other?
You can help each other.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it quite fun as well.
Yeah.
It's also like a team building thing as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. So, Jess has qualified for the Obstacle Course Racing World Championships, which is later this year in September in Sweden, which is so cool, really exciting. So what will that look like for you when you go? What races are you going to be doing?
Well, so I prefer the longer races. So the longest one is 12Ks, and that has like 20 or 30 obstacles in it. And then there's the 3K as well, which I'm doing. And so that'll be like hard and fast, lots of obstacles, not as much running. And then there's also like a 100-meter one, which is like a sprint and just continuous obstacles, which I'm not doing because I'm not a sprinter. I'm more of like the longer endurance.
Okay.
And then they have team relays.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so yeah, I've never been before, so I don't really know like everything that's kind of going on. I just know my races are on a Friday and a Saturday.
But it's what an amazing experience to go and be part of that with people from all over the world coming together.
Yeah, very exciting. And like I just can only imagine like how fast people are going to be, like how strong they're going to be, and like you kind of have to be fast and strong, and quite agile, and like have this really great self-awareness. So I'm excited to be inspired, I think. Yeah.
Gosh, it's going to be incredible. It's so exciting.
Very excited. I think I will also get like a lot more excited and nervous the closer it comes.
Yeah. Are you going to be ramping up your training for the championships?
Yes, absolutely. I've just started getting a bit more specific, because on the weekend I was doing some training with the team and I just kind of realised a few areas that I needed to work on. So I've started bringing those things in, but I've also in May I've got another like 60k trail run. So after that I'll have like 3 months of solid, very specific training for the distances that I'm doing and the things that I need to work on. Yeah.
And did you, when you first started obstacle course racing, like were you aware that there was world championships and this pathway was even possible, or was it just kind of evolved quite naturally? Like how have you got to this point?
So I had no idea about world champs or anything. I didn't realise that was a thing until last year.
No, I didn't realise until you told me about it.
So I had no idea this world and community even existed. For me, like obstacle course racing has just been something fun to do outside of the gym. So I've been like quite consistent in the gym since about 2015 and just working on strength. But then I also love running and I got into trail running quite a lot, and it's just being able to utilize those skills that I practice in something quite like, I mean, I guess it's not practical, but it's like an event, right?
You
can like,
so physical, you have to use the skills in the moment, right?
Yeah, that's right. And like it's just so varied, and you know, it challenges you in so many different ways. You're not just trail running, you're not just lifting weights, you are lifting your body weight, you are maneuvering yourself, you have to think really quickly on the spot of like, how am I going to be able to do this obstacle without getting burpees?
No one wants burpees. More burpees than they can have.
So I never really like knew about this stuff. I was just doing it for fun and putting my training to use, and literally I wasn't even trying to get into the New Zealand team. I just tried out elite category last year just to kind of see what the competitive energy was like, or if it was quite competitive, like what it would be like. You know, I wanted to get better at these things just for myself, and so I was like, okay, you know, it's almost like, what do the more elite people do, and like, you know, for that to inspire me. And so I did Alpha Challenge last year and I got second in my age category, and so because of that, that's basically why I got the invitation.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to get into the team. I was just trying to be better at the things that I love doing. So
and they just spotted your talent, brought you in.
So I accepted the challenge and did all the fitness testing for it, and it's all official.
Well, good luck. We will be watching you. We'll be cheering you on from Nelson.
Yay!
Because there's a few from Nelson, is there?
Yeah,
in the New Zealand team?
Yeah, and there's about 5 or 6.
Okay.
Excuse me, I think, or maybe even more than that. Yeah, I haven't met everyone just yet.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. So I was just wondering a little bit more. So if you're thinking, like maybe I should give obstacle course racing a try, you touched on what makes obstacle course racing easier, being fast and being strong. Yeah. So is there any, if someone's thinking like, oh, I'm quite fast, I'm quite strong, is there anything in particular they could do to help to train themselves or to give them a good chance going into the race?
Yeah, okay. So a lot of upper body strength is going to be really key there. So all your pulling movements, like bodyweight pull-ups, hanging on one arm, swinging from side to side, like just get back into the playground basically.
Okay.
Have some fun with that. It would probably be good for you to get a couple of pull-ups in, like a couple of bodyweight pull-ups in. Bodyweight dips are really helpful as well, like to be able to push yourself up and over things.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. There's a couple of things that you do kind of need to lift. So deadlifts are always amazing. Getting into like squats and deadlifts is quite helpful as well. And I guess it just kind of depends where you do the obstacle event, because they all have different obstacles. Some are very similar, but then you've got like some random ones that the event organisers just want to chuck in there.
Like what? Have you had some really hard ones or random ones?
There's a lot of like random monkey bar style ones. Okay. Like the monkey bars are moving, or like you have to like kind of swing yourself up to a higher level monkey bar, or like they've taken a whole pole out of the monkey bar set, so you then have to do an extra big swing.
That's mean.
But you know, it's actually fine because it's still within reach, which is great. And then all of the water obstacle ones are all a little bit different as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
They sound quite fun.
Yeah,
the water ones.
They are. So sometimes you'll have like a lot of swinging ones. Like the longer distances, you generally have more trail running. So you definitely need to like get up that endurance in terms of trail running. Because trail running and road running are quite different. Like trail running is a lot more taxing than road running in its own different way. So that's really important. A lot of core work as well. So lots of different types of core work. I think those would be the top. So like upper body pulling, upper body dips, lots of different types of core work, and then just making sure that you actually practice on trails.
Keep your speed up. Oh, okay, cool, exciting. There's a lot there, isn't there, to be really good at, like, because a lot of people might specialize in like one or the other, being like particularly strong or particularly fast. So there's quite a lot to
It is. And like you might have heard this word hybrid athlete recently. It's quite a trend at the moment. But you literally, it is to challenge you in all different ways, like strength wise and endurance wise. And I mean, that is like almost like the definition of fitness, being strong and like being able to run a good amount as well.
That makes sense. And is there any particular kit that you need? Specialist kit or anything like that to get started with? Shoes are always, trail running shoes are always a must, and just making sure that they have enough grip for the obstacles. So sometimes there are brands that do OCR or obstacle course racing specific shoes. And I would say more trail running opposed to, like, I think there's some
more like CrossFit hybrid type shoes
Yeah.
that some people try to wear sometimes. I would just say go with the trail running shoes.
Yeah. And the grippiest trail running shoes
Yep.
that you can get.
Yep, definitely. And not too much heel or cushioning, because you want to be able to feel the obstacle underneath your feet so that you can kind of like grip in, especially with some of like the traversing obstacles. There's not always a lot of anything to put your feet on, so it's almost like, it's kind of like rock climbing a little bit if you've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not too much cushioning, lots of grip, trail shoes over gym shoes, and then I think probably long socks. Long socks that come all the way up to the knee, because there's always going to be something that you're going to be brushing past, or branches, or you're going to be crawling on the ground, or you're going to be like, there's going to be ropes, which one of my friends actually like completely rope burnt his ankle because he didn't have long socks on.
Okay.
So long socks are definitely a must there. And a lot of people have asked me about, would it be better if I wear gloves? It won't be better.
Okay.
Full stop. It won't be better, because on any of the monkey bar style or like the steel stuff, like you're just going to slip straight away. So that's something I've been asked multiple times. No gloves.
No gloves. Yeah. And just like shorts and t-shirt.
Yeah, shorts and t-shirt. Don't wear a cap, don't wear sunglasses, you're going to lose them straight away.
Good to know. Have you lost them so far?
I tried to wear a cap at training and I was like, gone straight away.
Oh, okay.
So you just want to make sure nothing's going to fall off you. It all has to be fully attached. Even if you're doing the longer distances, like if you're doing 21Ks, for example, you do want a water vest of some kind. But just make sure that whenever you're doing some of the obstacles, you have to flip it around. So just be mindful of that and try and get like the smallest kind of water vest that you can utilize. So yeah,
the less to catch on things,
exactly,
get caught, the better.
Like ideally not baggy clothes.
Yeah,
and dark clothes.
They're gonna get so muddy
because they're gonna get muddy and dirty.
Okay, cool. So we're kitted up. And then what about nutrition? Like, how do you fuel yourself, or you just don't eat or drink when you're doing some of the longer distances there?
With the longer distances, you definitely need to eat something and bring some type of hydration. If you're doing 3Ks, you can do without anything. You just want to make sure that you have something pretty close to the race. So if you're having a gel, or if you've just had a decent breakfast, is usually pretty good. You want to make sure that if it is a hot day, that you have some type of electrolyte and water. So like just make sure you have that before you even start. Most races, they have water in the race. But if you're like competing and you want to get really fast, you don't bother with that. So it's just best that you have a dry mouth for an hour. And you do all of the fueling, the hydrating before your actual race. I haven't done a 21K race in a while because I haven't been over in Melbourne, and nobody in New Zealand does that long. But when I used to do them, I would take a water bladder, I would take electrolytes, I would take gels or lollies.
But it didn't get in the way whilst you're doing the obstacles?
No, no, and I was doing them in a group anyway, so I wasn't trying to be really fast, but you just want the smallest one so you can like kind of switch it around when you need. So. And then after the races, you want to make sure you, once again, drink lots of water, have your electrolyte tablets, especially if it's hot, and fuel with some type of protein and carbohydrate afterwards. That would be the best way to refuel you and help you recover a lot quicker. Yeah.
Very important. Yeah.
Because you don't want cramps. Cramps is one of the most common things that people get on the obstacle course races, because you're using muscles in ways that you'd never really use them.
Right, okay.
So if you're overusing them and you're not hydrated or electrolyted, you can get really bad cramps, like especially those hamstrings.
Good
That's
to be aware of it. Yeah, I didn't realise that. And then if someone wants to get started with obstacle course racing and they live in Nelson, what could they do?
Okay, So, nice, easy one. So we have a local event which is called the Wairau Warrior. It is coming up next weekend. So it's Saturday and Sunday, the 26th and 27th of April. And every year they host it. It's actually their 10-year anniversary.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, very exciting.
Does that mean you get a special course this year?
Probably just harder obstacles. Yeah, so that's really close by. It's just a 30-minute drive from Nelson in Upper Motoni.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always there. They do open days. This year they're doing open days the first Sunday of every month.
So you can just go and do the course?
Yeah, you can go do the course, and the owners, they help you out with technique, and you can go around by yourself, or you can ask them questions. They're super helpful.
That's cool.
And so that's usually 2 till 4 p.m. on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And are they kid friendly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very.
Absolutely. yeah. Kids love them. So there's like a mini kids course. I think it's like 1.5 Ks or something like that, and the parents go around with them. And yeah, kids love them. Like, they're just like, whoa, a bigger playground.
Yeah. Let's go wild.
Yeah. So that event's usually around like April, May each year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you're doing the event next weekend?
Yes.
Awesome. And I just have one more question for you.
Yeah.
So just around the obstacles, what's your favourite obstacle? What ones do you like doing?
Oh, okay, that's a good one. It used to be the rope climb, because that used to be the hardest one for me. I think, I don't know, is there a favourite one?
There must be one where you're like, I've got this. This plays to my strengths.
Well,
The running.
no. I would say, I think, to be honest, the most challenging one, the one that challenges me the most, which is called the Valkyrie, I think. So this one is because I hate heights.
Ooh.
So it's this frame, and it has rings on it, so just like rings hanging down.
Yeah.
And so the rings go up, across, and down, and it's actually quite hard to kind of get yourself up and kind of swing yourself up to the higher ones. But then the rest is fine. But it's just like quite a challenge. For me, it's a mental challenge.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want to fall.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably 3 or 4 meters high at the top, and I'm like,
Yeah, don't fall off.
yeah.
Have you had any injuries from obstacle course racing? Any bad ones?
Not major injuries, just like
Just small.
bruising down my leg, scraping on my knee, that kind of stuff, which, I mean, it's not really a big deal.
No.
I don't think.
I think you expect that going into something like
Yeah.
obstacle course racing. The ones that I've ever done have always come out covered in bruises and rips on my clothes.
Yeah.
And covered in mud. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I've
It's
definitely
brutal.
had times where I'm like, I've had to throw my clothes out because they were just so bad. Like, I'd wash them in the washing machine, but they still had like more dirt in them, or they were ripped. But I kind of expected that.
Yeah.
Don't take your favourite tights.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like obstacle course racing like fits so well for you in terms of your career as well and what you offer. You know, if you don't know, so Jess runs personal training, she runs women's confidence courses, she's a coach. What else do you do? Your women's running club.
Yes,
like
club.
You do so many activities that kind of fit within that sports and nutrition and well-being space.
Yeah.
To set you up, but then also so that you can encourage other people to also do any challenges like this.
100%.
Yeah.
So one of the big things that I realized as I was going through my own strength and health journey is that a lot of the events that I did, I only did because my friends invited me to go do them.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought, oh, maybe I'll go challenge myself with this. It's all been like, oh, do you want to come do this event with me? Or do you want to run a half marathon with me? Or have you heard about this? And I just...
And you don't have to say no. You're like, yes, I will.
It's like, sure, why not? We'll see how this goes. But I never had like high expectations of myself. So I just think that having those opportunities around, like for my clients, for people in the gym, or like even the community of Nelson, I just think that it's just such an empowering thing to, you know, someone asks you to go do something, you go do it, and you're like, I wouldn't have done that on my own. Like, and you start realizing that you are so much more capable than what you think you are. There's so many women who come into the gym where they're like, oh, I can't do that, I can't do that. I'm like, yes you can. Here, go do it. Like, and I will make them do it. It's just like this perceived hardness or like because I've never done it before. And so that's what I love doing. I love busting those limiting beliefs of like what you are capable of. And so that's a big part of why I do Run Club, why I encourage people to come out to these obstacle course events, because you can do it with friends, which makes it funner and easier. And it slowly pushes your boundaries each time, so then you get a bit more comfortable, and the next time a bit more comfortable pushing yourself every single time. 100%. When you've got people that are supportive around you, it makes such a difference to
100%,
yes,
do that together.
It's honestly those people, when you're around people who are like, yeah, you can do it, it's so good, or they're doing things, the same things as you, like it's so much more encouraging, and like you test yourself a little bit more because no one's gonna laugh at you, like they're all encouraging you. So it's quite an empowering thing.
Definitely. All of Jess's programs that she offers all are amazing, so if you haven't checked her out, go have a little look. I'll put your details in the comments so you can check out some of the awesome offers that she has, especially if you're a woman based in Nelson, and online as well.
And online, so not just based in Nelson, but also I have online training and nutrition as well, and confidence coaching.
Awesome. That's probably all we've got time for today. Don't want to keep you up. So thank you so much, Jess, for coming in and chatting to us, and we all wish you the best of luck for the World Championships. We'll be following and sharing what you're up to. So watch this space. We'll see. It's going to be a really exciting couple of months for you. I'm just I will be more and more excited and nervous when it comes closer to the time. But thank you so much. Oh, no worries at all. All right. Thanks everyone. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.